Hello everyone, we're back with Fate Grand Order with the Yugakhestra lost belt. Right up there. Lost belt 4. Sorry. So yeah, it's supposed to be a short one today, run by me. Berserker probably means it could be Najah again, but I doubt it. It's probably just a bunch of random enemies. So do I have you? Yeah, okay. Getting your bond up. For all intents and purposes, this is Artemis, not Orion. Except for gameplay purposes, I know they count as male, maybe they count as female too. I don't know. But yeah, section 9, that means we are almost halfway done. Well, probably not actually. I know next section 10, or is it section 11, is supposed to be very long. I just got a Discord minute. Dang it! Although it didn't ping me, so someone like @rolled me or something. I have that muted. You don't know what God Skyboarder is either then, Lakshmi? No, I don't. It was there when I first summoned here, and it hasn't changed at all in the time since. At least I don't think it has. I haven't been watching it this whole time, so I can't say for certain. Well, I've been watching it this whole time, so I can. It definitely hasn't changed. Since we haven't actually asked, you don't know what it is either, correct? That's right. I just noticed there's a big weird cube in this lost belt. Didn't think any more of it. I mean, sure, I considered investigating it and getting rid of it in case it turned out to be something dangerous, since it's so bizarre and all. But I hadn't the slightest idea how to go about it, so I decided to just keep an eye on the thing. Come on, he looks like a JoJo's character. Not to mention David told me I was better off leaving it alone. Huh. Plot was the South American lost belt is just Seraph. Don't dismiss something before you've seen its true nature, huh? True, if I did, it'd be no better than Arjuna. It was the same with me. I didn't know what it was, so I couldn't do anything about it. I could see that giant tree in the cube no matter where I went, but I had more pressing matters to attend to. Rather than bother with something I knew nothing about, I figured my time would be better spent helping the people here who had been led astray by this unjust god. It's very admirable of you, but are you sure it's okay to leave the village unattended? They should be fine during the early Yugas, especially when there are barely any Kali around. They have weapons now, even if they are hastily assembled. I've taught them how to fight as best as they can. They should be able to handle themselves in a pinch. The only thing I'm worried about right now are the sacred... There. The sacred wyverns! It's another pack of sacred beasts, Master. Let's head and wait for them to pass again. It's not just sacred beasts. Something else there, next to the road. Wait, is that a person? I'm not picking up any vital signs. I'm afraid it's a dead body. Perhaps they died of disease or in an accident. Why are you going over to it? Dang, we're too late, pardon my French. Oh, they're gonna try to eat it, right? The body's disappearing. So you didn't know then? That's one of this world's mistakes. The sacred beasts purify the bodies of anyone who happens to die unexpectedly. Exclamation point. My guess is the false god thinks dead bodies don't belong out in the world. Wants them gone as soon as possible. I see. So if this world was a single entity, the sacred beasts are the white blood cells of its immune system. Since we can assume this world's god would be the head, the sacred beast must be its... I've never known macrophages? So obviously that's macro and that's phages, but is it pronounced? Because that's always sounded weird to me. Created to detect, isolate, and remove any foreign elements. So then, does that mean the Kali they fight is something like a virus? Most intriguing. Whatever the case, people are people. When they die, they shouldn't be cleaned up like trash. Their karma should determine what they become in their next life. At least that's what my people believe. That's what a true samsara cycle is meant to be. We cremate dead bodies to free their souls and ensure they go on to their next life without issue. But here, as long as the sacred beasts are around, nobody will be able to hold a proper cremation. If this world has no respect for the journey of the dead, and no hope for those who are left behind, then it is nothing but a world of death. So that's why you're concerned about the sacred beast showing up in Divil. Because one of your elderly had passed away. Right? He was an old man whose time had come. There's nothing anyone could do about that. But I didn't want the false god stealing our right to give him a proper farewell. He really helped us out there. I just kind of assumed people would like live forever in this Lost Belt. Because, you know, like... I mean, I guess he takes a snapshot, as they said, of it, like at the end of the cycle, not the beginning. They're finally leaving. If they haven't already spotted you, then I would urge you to hold back for now. You're almost to God's sky border. I would very much prefer to avoid making a commotion wherever possible. I know. Would have stopped them if I had found the body first, but as things stand now, my only choice is to let them go. We should be okay now. I'm certain the sacred beast can't detect us from this far away. Good. I'm glad I didn't have to sneeze while we were hiding. Let's go. I knew she was cool and collected. I didn't know she had such a charming sense of humor. To know that she'd be completely serious. Remember, she's clumsy. There's the cube. My. Seeing it this close really makes you realize just how big it actually is, doesn't it? I hope BB has a cameo. God, I love it. Oh, I've got an idea. Why don't we take a little group photo to commemorate the occasion? Do it. Bye-bye. Behind you. Was that a joke? Or were you just trying to avoid facing the reality of our situation? Either way, it wasn't funny. Are they talking about the cube or is it wyverns? If you want to pick, go ahead and take all the selfies you want. Just don't come running to me if the whole thing turns into a jump scare. Full. Oh, you guys are no fun. Just trying to lighten the mood a little. So, these numbers we're seeing are accurate, right? Our sensors aren't on the fritz or anything, right? That's right. We made it to the area near the cube without a problem, but... Wyverns! Where did all these Kali come from? That there were barely supposed to be any during the Kurta Yuga. I think it's the place, not the time. They're showing up as though they've just been here all along, rather than coming from somewhere else. Be that as it may, the sheer number of them is almost absurd. So are they spawning from the cube? There's many here as there were during the Kali Yuga, maybe even more. I've got an idea. Why don't we just run away? Seriously. You have a point. Can't investigate the cube with all these Kali around. Annoying, since you just got here. If they surround us, we'll have nowhere to go. True, we can only take so many risks when it comes to safety. There's certainly nothing to be gained by attempting to complete an impossible goal. Getting out of here, now! Understood. We'll break through the Kali behind us and make a run for it. Waiting your orders, master. Alright, so what's up with me? I guess two things today that I can think of. Worth talking about, that is. Like, yeah, you know, I had lunch, yeah, that was good. No. Final Fantasy V came out. The Pixel Remaster, I should say. Well, Final Fantasy V came out for the first time ever. Yeah, and I played like an hour of that. For a JRPG, very fast beginning. Like, I'm like an hour in and like, you know, I unlock jobs, I have 4 party members, like, you know, that's what more can you ask for? 4 also had a strong beginning, yeah. But anyway, the beginning actually strongly reminded me of Bravely Default, which obviously Bravely Default was inspired by 3 and 5, at least for this job system. Oh, oops. My FPS was lagging there. You know, it's a very intensive game for my phone that I'm running it on. My phone. It's definitely a phone. Yeah, anyway, the second thing. I watched the first episode of Arcane. I said I'd watch it after I finished Squid Game, and, you know, I did it. First episode was good. Hey, did Riot write this? Like, being the extra picky person I am, there were a couple times it's like, oh, that line of dialogue's a little weird, or hey, I don't like that voice actor, but no, it was still like, I'd go like a 8 out of, maybe 9 out of 10 first episode. I've heard people say the third episode's sad, so you know I'm ready for everyone to die. Plot twist: Vi dies, yeah, and the Vi we see in League of Legends is a different character. Yeah, so I played a game of League of Legends yesterday to get the free skins they're giving out. I think right now the one is a free J skin, but there's one for Jinx, Vi, and I think Caitlyn? Well, yeah, she's probably going to show up in this sooner or later. I imagine they're going to do a time skip. Probably after episode 3 is my guess. But yeah, it's go check it out. Yeah, I think that's enough distance between us and them. You don't need to play the League of Legends to understand it. Never imagined there'd be that many Kali gathering there. I expected it might be dangerous, but with numbers like that, adding one more to our ranks still won't be enough to fend them off. You don't have to grab it in. I wish my noble phantasm were capable of blasting them all away at once too. Is she single target? My apologies. I assure you I was not speaking sarcastically. Merely reflecting on my failure to foresee a situation like this. I see. That's alright. No, I'm sorry. I was being oversensitive. Stupid British people. While we're on the subject, this seems like a good chance to tell you this. Naturally, I'll do everything in my power to accomplish our mutual goal. I have no intention of holding back. But I should warn you, for your own safety, you shouldn't expect me to come to you when it really counts. I've never truly been able to accomplish the things I most wish to do. It is just my lot in life. And that's a strange opinion to have of oneself. Perhaps her failure to defend her country in life had a traumatic effect on her. I wonder if that's like a skill she has. Be that as it may, there's no doubt whatsoever that you're far more useful in combat than a detective in a remote location. Oh, but there's always murders happening in remote locations, like Stormy Island. It's like prime time to kill 18 people. So I hope you'll continue to lend Mr. Horsey your aid. Of course I will. I'd be pleased if you trusted me on that much. At any rate, there really were a ridiculous number of Kali there. That is the impression that I may be even more important to this lost belt than we thought. Indeed, it was as though those Kali were there solely to guard the sky border. The fact that we could no longer see them after putting just a little distance between us and the sky border would only seem to confirm that. I wonder what this could mean. For that matter, we still don't know much about what those Kali demons actually are. Guessing Holmes is probably right in that they're like a virus infecting this world, in opposition to the sacred beasts. Still, we have not the slightest idea what they are, where they come from, or where they go. I don't know either, but I could say they're not any ordinary kind of creature. Given that they stick around even after the world is remade, maybe Arjuna uses them as a means to determine who is worth preserving. Or maybe they just remain here out of necessity. Or BB put them here. If it's the latter, that would mean they're a crucial part of the stage Arjuna uses to run the world. So if we defeat them, maybe they'll all just go poof? Yes, this means we've got to figure out what to do about Arjuna. At least for now, know that God's sky border is protected by vast numbers of Kali and can't be approached lightly. It may not be much, but is more than we knew before. In the meantime, I suggest we return to Divil and plot our next course of action. You know, okay, if I remember right, we came to this last spot to like get like a material or something to like survive in Last Belt 5, right? Why don't we just grab that and leave? Like, see ya, Arjuna, we're out. I mean, obviously we have to come back here eventually, but I'm surprised that's never been mentioned. Oh, was that the... That's the end? Oh. Yeah, a really short one. Some arrowheads. Sure. So again, we're halfway through, give or take. Well, I guess next time we're halfway through. Oh, I don't like the 2 AP battle. That's scary. That's scary. It's probably a 5 AP either. A guaranteed loss or a like a we have to use an NPC to battle. We'll see. So I guess we're not finding out what this is this episode. What God's commanded. Oh, it's a Berserker. Najal, probably? That's my guess. Given we're halfway through, we've got to start taking them out eventually. You know, the 4 henchmen? I think it is. Yeah, it's 4. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time with some more Fake Grand Order. I'm gonna save this one, but I don't think this is the super long one. I think it's 11 that's the super long one. I'll have to check. Anyway, I'm saving it for tomorrow. See you guys next time. Bye.